In a tin shed off a back alley, off a quiet back street on the outskirts of Moe, a group of people are getting together a couple of days a week to participate in a very interesting recycling program, saving old furniture from the rubbish tip with a bit of TLC, and learning a lot about furniture restoration in the process.
This project is called Recycle, Renew and Retail. It's furniture restoration, and we do that 2 days a week here. And that is thanks to funding from ACFI, who have given us community learning partnership funding. And that means that several community organisations get together and work out a plan of how they can help a certain sector in the community. And in this case, the partners are St Vincent de Paul, Lifeline Gippsland, and Rotary Club of Moe and Latrobe Community Health Service, as well as GEST. That's who I work for. And then the people that we've decided to work with are called hard-to-reach learners, but that can be anybody. For example, in our group, there are people who are retired, there's an elderly gentleman, there are people with disabilities who come with carers, all sorts of people, just people who aren't doing formal training at the moment. Well, we've got everyone from beginners to a retired speedboat builder, so there's all sorts of abilities and interests in the group. Well, for beginners, as long as they're interested in it, they learn to sand first and foremost and make sure they go with the grain of the timber. And then it just goes on from there. They just keep building their skills. They learn to paint and stain, and they learn the difference between water-based paint and oil-based paint. And look, sometimes they even do a bit of folk art or upholstery, all sorts of furniture restoration skills. Sometimes there are other skills involved, like, communication skills and getting your confidence back to go for other jobs. So that's sometimes the motivation for people. Being on eBay is a bit of an adventure for us too, because that's like e-commerce, and also we're on Facebook. We've got a Facebook site. So
okay, so who's in charge of all that stuff? Who's in charge of the IT?
The CEO is into it.
Okay,
and she's got that going.
At the moment, we're actively seeking for a retail outlet for Recycle, Renew and Retail. Presently, we're selling on eBay, which is doing quite nicely, but we really would love to have a little outlet where we can sell the items from. So that's probably our next step.
This is our niche. I think that there is a real opening for things that would go to the tip, really. People are very generous giving to the op shops and St Vincent de Paul and Lifeline, but some of them just aren't up to scratch, and I think that's our spot, is to grab those things and, as you say, stop them going to landfill. And we're actually weighing things, or having a bit of a guesstimate of what things weigh, and we're keeping a tally of just what we're saving from going to landfill. One person we really couldn't do without is Mick, who is the retired speedboat builder. He fixes a lot of things before we get on and then do the sanding and painting, and without him it would be very difficult, because he's so skilled in every way. He can fix anything virtually, and so anyone taking on something like this, they really need
need a Mick, right?
They do. Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah.
And he passes that on to anyone who's interested, which is fantastic too.
It'd be like, I guess, if you happen to be lucky enough to grow up with a dad who's really good in the shed or whatever, then that's how you learn it.
Combination's dynamic.
Yeah.
So even the people that come with support workers, the support workers are interested too, and they do work and they learn from Mick as well.
I'm Rob's support worker. I come in here with Rob once a week on a Wednesday, and basically, instead of sitting around and just sitting there watching him do it, I thought, well, I'll get myself involved, and Noreen and Mick helped us out, and just thought I'd do a bit to keep myself occupied as well as Rob. It gets him motivated, gets him doing things that he would have done previous to his accident, and You know, even though they're only little items, but it keeps him going. Really enjoying coming down here. Keeps telling me every Wednesday where we go. We go Moe Thursday. I said, yeah, we're off to Moe Thursday, and yeah, it's really good for him. A lot of things nowadays get thrown out, and that's it. We get a lot of furniture from St Vinny's and Lifeline, and some of it looks a real mess when it comes in here, and we sort of look at it and think, well, you know, we can do something with it, and whether or not it's the same as what it was when they bought it brand new, but it's still ready to be reused, and people like that sort of thing, I reckon. Saves throwing it all away.
Yes, we've actually won an award, Innovation in ACE, last year, which was for Recycle Renew, which was for the first funding round for the little furniture restoration program. So this is our second year that we're running, and we won that award last year, so it was very exciting for Noreen, who's the project manager, and for myself and the group and our committee. Very excited. At the moment we are running training programs, both pre-accredited or your bridging type programs through to your accredited programs, which really fits under the training guarantee through Skills Victoria. We're also ACFI funded where we're running pre-accredited programs. Presently, Certificate 2 in Horticulture and Certificate 3 in Aged Care and Home Community Care, which is run as a dual certificate. We've got a Certificate 2 in Information Technology, and we have pre-accredited programs, or your introduction to pathway programs in community services and computers.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I'm currently a student at GEST, undertaking my Certificate 3 in Aged Care and Home Community Care. The reason I chose to do this course is because I have a caring nature, and caring for others is, I can't see myself doing anything else.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I got into aged care because I love helping people. I used to work in pharmacy. I'm a mother of a 5 and a 3-year-old, and now that I've been doing the course for a while, I would love to get into nursing in aged care.
GEST is a community-based organisation offering a wide array of courses, whether it be short courses or long courses. It's a perfect opportunity to upskill a new career path. I know that Kate and I both want to upskill into nursing and further our career.
Which is much easier to do once you've done a stepping stone course like
Absolutely.
this. I want to work with the dementia unit. I think that dementia is really interesting. Each day is different and it's so challenging. And again, when you get that smile from that client, it just makes your day, if not your week. Yeah.
And I'm currently working in dementia and palliative care at the moment, and as Kate said, there is not a day that is boring. There's so many challenges that you can overcome and help the residents as well. I'm pursuing my career in nursing, particularly in psychiatric care. I think it would be very interesting, and I would love to be able to help them and give them the best care as possible.